Hi friends, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be taking you through what you can do with your 3-year-old when it's raining. So I love to do these things, activities with my 3-year-old, and we get lots of rain. This is the UK where we are living. It's more of like a reminder for me as well that I can go back and look at and basically have some ideas and inspiration for what to do with my toddler. Before I start, quickly, I am Alina Ghost. I do loads of mum content from funny shorts to lots of mum hacks and stuff like that. So if you're keen to see more, do subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. So without further ado, let's get into our number one activity that I love to do with my son. So first things first, and that is painting, finger painting, watercolor painting, acrylic painting, or like paint specifically for kids. So we love to do anything from like canvas works to just like colouring in books and things like that. So it's absolutely tons and tons of fun, especially when they get mucky. My son absolutely loves to get his hands all in the paint itself, so that's why I was talking about acrylic paints. I had loads from my crafting days back in the day, so I was able just to like pass that on to him, and he loved to create pictures with his little fingers and basically his palms as well. Just like, it's such fantastic keepsakes for his like palms of the hands to feet as well. So a really good gift idea too if someone's birthday's coming up in the family, or brilliant Christmas fun as well. The second thing that we do when we get bored and I need to get lots of energy out, because my son is very energetic, he's 3 years old, but he absolutely does not stop moving. So something that we do is start dancing. I turn on the music, asking Alexa, and then we start boogieing to our favourite songs. Some of our favourites are Baby Shark, and no doubt yours are too. And basically we also love Ghostbusters. Our new favourite actually has been the Gummy Bear song, so do go and try that out. But basically getting up and moving is a great mood booster, especially for you. So I'm not just talking about the toddler here, but also to get you involved and having fun with the kids too. So have a dance around, have a bit of a party at home. Point number 3 is a bit of a different one. So something that we accidentally found that we absolutely loved, and another one where you can keep active, is having balloons. So not only one balloon but tons of balloons, and basically we're like keeping them off the ground, we're bopping them to each other, we're just having lots of fun by running through them. Something that we absolutely loved is actually putting them in other toys, so whether it was like a ball pit or like a trampoline, technically that is outdoors, but basically keep them inside. Maybe even a tent that you can create, or you've got one where you can basically just have those balloons and have lots of fun basically playing with those. Something that I do recommend though is that you buy biodegradable balloons if you can, because we don't want lots of plastic just in the landfill for no reason. I briefly mentioned this already, but tent would be our go-to next. So we love to play lots of different games in the tent, from make-believe stories. So my son would love to make me like cappuccinos or like different meals, so pretends that he's a little bit of a cafe in the tent itself. Or we actually bring our toys in, so not only the balloons that I mentioned earlier, but also little cars that we like to like run around in there, or those plastic or foam balloons from the ball pit as well. So lots of stuff that you can do with the tent, whether it's like dress up and having fun, like you can even pretend that it's like a doctor's area, and therefore you have to go in there to have some fun and like get checked out by the doctor and basically come out that way. So yeah, lots of stuff that you can do with the tent set up, and something different as well. If you don't have an actual tent that you can like set up in the room, have a think about creating one. Get a few chairs, put a cover over, even use the table if you need to, but it's a different area that the toddlers can hide in and have fun in, and create an area full of imagination that they can like use in a different way. Cooking and baking is a great idea, especially when they can like taste and eat those things that they create. We absolutely love making banana bread together. There's lots of cupcakes that you can do. There's pancakes that we absolutely love making, and basically add like the different toppings to it. And especially if you are a baker, you can create a huge cake that you can all enjoy together as a family, especially if there's a special occasion, so a special birthday coming up very shortly. So it's a great idea to get them all involved, all messy as well, especially when they're younger than toddlers too. You can just give them like flour to play with, and they can like make little prints, whether it's like their hand prints in there, or like different patterns, whether it's squiggly lines, whether it's straight lines, or shapes as well. A great learning opportunity through a different sensation, because they're using their fingers, their hands, and they're creating stuff together, and also their taste buds too. So I don't know about you guys, but when it's rainy, I do tend to use that opportunity to stay at home in order to clean up a little bit. So what better opportunity than to get your kids involved with the cleaning? My toddler absolutely loves using the Hoover. It's loud, it's also pressing a button, it's like interactive, isn't it? So like it's a great way to get them involved in that whole cleaning process as well, because like as they grow up, sooner or later they're going to have to help out throughout the house, hopefully. So why not get them to start young? So it doesn't have to be the Hoover, it could also be the dustpan and brush, which my son absolutely loves, and they can actually get involved in that whole cleaning process too. My son absolutely loves spraying the anti-bac too. So a great idea to like do cleaning sessions together, and when it's raining, it's like actually getting them to do something active as well, use up that energy whilst also doing something productive, which is something that I live for, like be productive at the same time as having fun. If you haven't heard about the Floor is Lava game yet, you need to start playing that now. It's a great game for those who are active kids. So my son absolutely loves like throwing down cushions in the living room and then jumping from like one sofa to the next, using those cushions, not touching the floor because the floor is lava. So we're all having lots of fun by like getting up, getting moving, and actually like using our imagination at the same time. So it's a great way to A, use up that energy, B, to spend some time having lots of fun. It's a great little fun game that I think YouTubers must have thought it up, because I think that's how we found it, via YouTube. But there's like a song that goes to it too, so have a think about like playing that music whilst you're playing the Floor is Lava game. So that's something different that you can do whilst it's raining outside. One of our favorite things to do is play with our little cars. If your child is into something else, whether it's toys, whether it's like books, then get them involved in that particular activity. For us, it's little cars. We love to play on our mat. We love to use our slide to actually slide the cars down. We've got like different like established like car parks that can go round, or like an airport that our little cars go into. So plenty of like different ways to use the same item but in different ways, and we absolutely love playing those. So I definitely recommend like having a think how you can play with that item that your kid absolutely loves but in a different way. We also really love board games, and even at the age of 3 we absolutely love sitting down to play a board game. So one of the board games that I keep talking about on my channel is the Gruffalo board game. We just like fell in love with it so much that we play with it tons. But recently we also found some funny games, so I would recommend the Pooh game. So basically it's lots of like poos and it's bingo at the same time. So it's called Pooh Bingo, and it's a fantastic one for the whole family, especially when it comes to like that Christmas period too. So yeah, loads of fun. Have a think about board games, whether it's like that. We've got Connect 4 that we play too. Technically not a board game, but still a game that is very fun to play at the table and together. And there's also that we like is like Dino Chompers. You can like press buttons and is very good for an active toddler. A fantastic way that I use up my son's energy when we are at home is by getting him to race me from one room to the next, or from the hallway into the kitchen. So a great way to use up that energy and also put up with that like competitive spirit, or encourage that competitive spirit, I guess. So you start from one end of the house and then you say ready, steady, go, and then you run to the other end. You obviously decide where the finish line is, and yes, it can get quite messy, quite boisterous and quite loud as well, but at the same time it's loads of fun, and I do recommend it, especially if you've got really like energetic toddlers. It's a great way to get them to use up their energy, especially if they're getting bored and when they're getting quite restless. I'm like, right, let's go race, and it's like, yeah, pow, and you're like running. So it's great fun as well at the same time, because it's good exercise for me as well, right? So if you're needing exercise, if your kid's needing exercise, a good old race always does the trick. So dressing up is another one. Dressing up, or like make believe. So I've mentioned earlier about using a tent for like a cafe, but you can actually have dress up. So if you've got like a chef outfit that you can do, or like princess outfits, or like Spider-Man, Superman, whatever your kid is into. Basically, we also love being doctors, so it's a great way to like get them using their imagination, having to think about how these things work. Like if you're going to the dentist soon, for example, it's a great way to get them to like be a dentist and be like, okay, so what would a dentist do? So basically getting them to understand what the process is there, but also to like have some fun, have a think about how things work, and basically do something different. So pretending to be someone else is a load of fun, especially for the kids. Puppet shows are so much fun, and you can either go all out by actually getting like the whole puppet show stuff, whether you want to get like a whole scene and theatre that you can then do puppet shows in, or you can go to the other end and do what we do, is just have like, we were actually gifted a toy that you put on your hand and then you like create puppets with it. Or even better, you can actually have nothing and just use the shadow, especially when it's dark. You have a light behind you and then you create things with your fingers. So basically just creating puppet shows in all sorts of ways, or like what they called, are they like called bunny light bunnies or something? Basically using your fingers to pretend that they're like, I don't know, a wolf, and then you can tell the Little Red Riding Hood story. So you can be as creative as you want to be, or you can use things to help you, like props to help you to create these puppet shows. But kids are absolutely into stories. Kids love using their imagination, so go ahead and try something new like that. And I love that idea. We absolutely love playing with our puppet squirrel, and as I mentioned, we absolutely love doing our hand things, gestures behind the lights, especially before bedtime. So last but not least, my idea is about going hide and seeking, or like hunting for things around the house. So obviously hide and seek is a fantastic game, but most people have played it already. What I'm talking about is about seeking items. So for example, we've got a little kitchen, like a toy kitchen, and then we take those items from the kitchen, so usually foods and fruits and vegetables, and then hide them around the house. Then my son goes around with the trolley, picking those things up, going to look for those items around the house to then do his grocery shopping. But it's a load of fun because it's like a bit of like a hide and seek of items, and you can do that with anything. If like for example your kid absolutely loves cars like mine, I could totally hide those cars and be like, go and find those cars, here's a bag, you know, that they can put that into. So having a bit of fun with hide and seek items around the house gets them actually moving around the house, going from room to room. Yes, it might get a little bit messy, but at the same time it gets them to like think about where they should go, but also like where they can actually find those items, have a bit of fun because it's different, and use up their energy at the same time, which is exactly what we want when it's raining outside and we can't get that energy out any other way. So I hope that these ways and these activities really do come into play for you guys, because we absolutely love them. We think it's so much fun. We have to use them quite a lot and quite constantly. We're thinking out the box a lot of the time because it's UK and it's raining quite a lot. So I hope that you enjoy those, have fun, and let me know what you think about them down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!